Hello, welcome. I guess we're about right on time, 7 o'clock. I do that. Hey, Alexander, do you want to unmute for a second and tell us where you are and where you're calling from? What part of the country are you in?
Tampa, Florida. Hello.
Hi.
Second week here. Hi.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jack, were you here last week?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody new?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear about Jay being sick.
Oh, he's
You
okay.
mentioned that last week.
Yeah, he's recovering nicely. Just it's too much stress, so it's all right.
Okay. That's okay. You said it last week and didn't realize he had been ill. So
Yeah. Yeah, I bought him out, I think in May. And then he's been on recovery since, so it's pretty good.
oh, good. Looking forward to the night.
Good. All right. Dee, are you there? Where are you calling?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Hi. It's good to have women.
Hi.
I don't get very many girls. Where are you at?
I'm in California.
Oh, that's interesting. It's a big state. Where in California are you?
I'm about 30 miles north of Sacramento.
How's training over there? How does that work?
How does it work?
Does it work?
Yeah, it works great, actually. So far, so good. I've had about 80 students in the last 4 months.
That's a healthy number.
Yeah, a lot of repeat customers.
Well, when you have repeat customers, that's when you really know you are doing business correctly. When they come back, they like you and they come back. Are you doing a lot of private lessons? We talked about private lessons last week.
Yeah, private. I'm also an Armed Women of America leader.
Uh-huh.
And I have a chapter here, and that's taken off because I've got some more really competent people helping me.
Uh-huh.
And that in conjunction with concealed carry, which is a new animal in California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with all the new regulations and requirements, and I had to be post certified in order to teach.
Did the state do that?
Yep.
And what were your qualifications?
NRA, USCCA, and a whole plethora of other things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, so what is it, like a 16-hour class, 18 hours?
Renewal's 8, and concealed initial is 16, and it's every 2 years. And it's required that you teach an hour of non-lethal options, 1 hour of mental health, 2 hours of the new laws. So I try to fit that all in.
That's not terrible. Where'd you get your curriculum from? Are you doing like the NRA CCW?
I'm doing US concealed carry.
Okay.
I called them and said, we're under siege over here and please help. And within 2 weeks, their attorneys got together and put together a really good packet. And so some things are under appeal and things are changing every day. So I just try and keep in touch with he's from Artemis Defense in Southern California. He's actually an attorney that he briefs all the lieutenants in the state every year about updated laws. And I try to attend his 1 hour meeting on Tuesdays to catch up with what's going on.
Is there a lot of restriction, like mag restrictions or,
Yep,
yeah?
yep. And some counties don't allow you to have any alterations except for sights and grip. And each county has their own requirements, of course, and different forms to fill out about how I've inspected the firearm. And so I'm expected to be able to spot light trigger press and
Wait, back up. What do you mean inspect the firearm?
I have to swear that I've inspected the firearm and that it's safe to use and that there are no alterations done on the internal mechanisms, springs or.
So is the liability on you if they go?
Oh
and-
yeah, definitely. Yep.
Okay. All right. Anybody else with crazy states? Who else don't I know? Jesse B.
Tell me where to move.
Virginia. to
Yes, I
Virginia.
know. Virginia's good.
Come to Virginia. We're good for now, as long as we keep Yunkin. He didn't make it for VP, so we'll have him for another year and then anything's then anything's possible.
Well, you could have had Newman for a VP or Newsom.
Like it is still a long time before November. Like
Anything's possible.
anything's possible at this time. Like, yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Who else can I pick on real quick? Who didn't? Thank you, Misty. Joey, I don't know Joey. Joey, do I know you? Joey. Hi, Joey.
Hi, Jesse B here.
Hi, Jesse.
Hi, Southern California.
Oh. Oh, so what are you doing? Are you busy with the concealed permits and training?
Not yet. My firearms training company, I just started in January.
Uh-huh.
I've been kind of fleshing it out.
Uh-huh.
And I was working part-time at another firearms training company. And I was there when they did the transition to the new laws for the different things. And then when the new laws came in about being a post-certified instructor, I had all the qualifications. So I was able to float the company I was working with for a little bit because not all their instructors had that.
Okay.
They're mostly civilian background. So,
Okay. So you got smart and did it yourself and stopped sharing?
well, actually, I'm looking into doing the concealed carry stuff because I'm thinking that's kind of where, you have a steady income stream with that, because my main focus of students is like first-time shooters and the female market and things like that. We come out with a non-traditional firearms training thing. I have an overview of it as the training that we do can fall under the cover of wellness.
Wellness.
Right. So basically being able to take care of yourself and alleviating any fears of your surroundings and things, make you a little bit more healthy person. If you don't have to run around scared all the time.
No, I get it. Okay. Okay. And what
That's
do
a
you
good approach, Jesse. This is D.
Thanks.
And congrats.
Thank you. So I'm leaving the, precision professional training. Not that I'm not professional, but the stuff for the guys in the gun profession, cops and things, to the guys that are doing it all day, every day. We
That's
can
pretty
do
much
that.
what I do. Yeah.
I mean, we can do that. We can do anything basically between the guys I have on call and my guys, instructors and stuff for guys I can, get to come help out. But, that market is pretty saturated and things and we have so many other people. And then even the law enforcement market's kind of starting to split now into a little bit more of the performance shooting. So they're trying to meld a little bit of that, competition shooting in with the tactical shooting, which sometimes that's kind of like oil and water on some things, in my opinion.
I agree. So our bread and butter is the new shooter.
Mhm.
And our demographic has changed a lot since COVID. It used to be pretty much a white male over 55. And since
Mhm.
COVID hit, it's completely changed. So now it's almost 50-50 women. We have more minorities now than I have in 8 years. Women are really starting to step up and take responsibility for what you called wellness. And I really like that and I appreciate that. And this is a really great opportunity and time to be a firearm instructor if you really understand your niche, like you really do. And a lot of firearms instructors don't understand their niche. And I always recommend the new shooter because there are so many tactical shooters out there and the police officers and I call it running and gunning, run and
Right.
gun. But what I do is I make the new shooter into the run and gun, and then we pass them on to our partners. I am a training counselor, so we do a lot of training courses. And if I teach a tactical or defensive course, it's the NRA CCW course that came out 4 years ago. It's pretty good. And it is 16 hours. So people can use that for their 16-hour course, plus whatever the state recommends. And it's done for you. You don't have to write anything. That's why I like it. And it's really well written. It's a good,
Sure.
a good course.
Where are you I'm sorry, what's your name again and where are you located at?
So my name is Lisa. I'm out of the DC area.
Oh,
And
God. Okay.
yeah. Well, I'm in the Virginia side,
Okay.
where we like guns. I work out of the NRA headquarters in Fairfax. We use their range 3 or 4 times a week. So we've been partners with them for a long time.
Okay.
I am I guess I'm the NRA training counselor for the building for their staff, and for the range staff. So this is our 8th year and 10 years in the business, and this is our 8th year teaching full time.
Wow, excellent.
Yeah, it is fun. And we have, I just want to give back to other instructors. I get stopped all the time at the range talking about business. So I just want to make it available for people who have questions, that they have somewhere to go and get some feedback. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the 3 keys you need to be a successful firearm instructor. And it's not just a firearm instructor, it's just any instructor, which is, well, one is, of course, shooting, right? You have to be good at shooting to be an instructor. 2 is running a business.
Uh-huh.
Right? A lot of people don't know how to run a business, so we're going to talk a little bit more about that today and how to get started. And then the other one is teaching. Like, you have to know how to teach. And there are a lot of good shooters out there who are not good teachers. And becoming a teacher, an instructor, and getting in front of especially the basic student takes a lot. It takes time to be able to communicate what's in your brain to come out of your mouth so 65-year-old grandma can understand it. And so that's what I'd like to talk about today. Is that a Jose?
Yes, it is. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm located in North Carolina.
North Carolina, very good. Tell me a little bit about your business and then we're gonna rock and roll.
Yes. Name of the business is Visual Learn. So the reason why I picked that name was for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to be generic enough that it caused enough interest that when people look at it, they can't say, oh, okay, this is going to be one of those type of classes where it's going to be somebody who's like a Navy SEAL with tattoos all over his body. It's not for me, right?
Sure.
And then the second is because I wanted to emphasize that our business is about using visual aids to help those, whether they're basic students or intermediate students. I don't focus on the advanced students, the advanced shooters. Again, like you said, that I know where my niche is, I know where my market is, so I pass those on to others, even though they might be competitors. So what I focus on is telling them, hey, when you take our class, you're not going to be sitting on your butt for like 8 hours. There's going to be a lot of drills. There's going to be a lot of hands-on that we do, and we're going to use whatever latest visual aids are out there. So in addition to, of course, I think everybody knows about the SIRT pistol, but in addition to that, what I do is I use the LASR, that laser app that
Oh,
you can,
okay.
right? The one that you could shoot, and it could be a paper target, but it sounds like you're hitting a metal target, and it actually records where the hits have done. So I have that. I haven't started using it in the classroom, but that's one of the things. And the other thing I have is I have one of those Cool Fire.
Cool. I don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
That's where you take any of your real handguns and you could add in this a barrel. And so what the barrel does, it uses compressed
Oh, it's
gas.
cycle.
So when you pull the trigger, it simulates recoil.
Is it real recoil or like?
It's about whatever real recoil is. This is about 40 to 30%. So you do feel it, and the slide goes back on its own. And it has a laser too. So you have the laser that you could use like a SIRT pistol, but it has a recoil.
Do you take your students out to the range, or you just do classes?
Unfortunately, here in North Carolina, we just moved here in 2022, and I have a spreadsheet, and I've contacted almost every outdoor range here in North Carolina, and I haven't found an outdoor range that I could use yet. And always I get the same two excuses, which I never had this problem in Illinois. In Illinois, if it was the outdoor range, they're like, sure, come on, welcome. Yeah, the more students you bring, the more possible members we have. So here in North Carolina, my challenge is the rangers say, well, this is a private range and we only allow members. So if you want to become a member and shoot, fine, but we don't allow any instructors. There's no teaching here. And I'm okay with that. And then the other range is, yeah, we have our own instructors, so we can't allow you to bring your students because you'll be competing with our instructors. And I talked to them, and I said, I'm not competing against your instructors. Matter of fact, you just tell me what date and time I could bring my students. We'll be in and out, shooting, in and out. Your instructors won't even see it, won't even see us. Their students won't even see us. And it's a win-win situation because if my students say, hey, what range should I join them? We already went there. You could join that one. They're like, no, you're competing against our instructors. So the only range I have is an indoor range, which I don't like.
Why don't you like the indoor range?
We can't shoot from the holster.
So all of our local indoor ranges you can shoot from, you can draw. So can you use the range and not draw?
Yeah, that's what I can do when I do the concealed carry, but I would like to have them, at least have a couple of drills that we did in the classroom, maybe do it actually at the range so they could draw from the holsters. So just so they could get that cadence of what it actually feels like and how different it is from just standing there from a low ready or high compressed ready and shooting than having to draw from your holster. Yeah,
no, I agree. So when I first started, we had some pushback with local ranges also because of we're a direct competitor. I said this last week, basically like they called us a slug that we're sucking off their clientele. But once COVID hit and they were suffering, I said, now can I come in? And they were like, sure. Right. So, during COVID, it was crazy. Everybody wanted a permit. So I ended up bringing 800, 1,000 students that year in their front door. And now magically they're open to all instructors. So yeah, because we bring in so much money. They don't go anywhere else to shoot. They buy their guns there. They buy their ammo there. I have to pay rent, range fees, insurance, all of that. And then now they get it. So your range that won't let you come and shoot is missing an opportunity. And I would walk in, I would keep banging on that door a little bit and let them know the value that you're bringing instead of being afraid. And on my training, on the group, there's a whole section about range relationships and how to kind of get them to see that, like your value instead of you being a threat.
I like that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you can't give up. You got to keep banging on the doors.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said that because yeah, I'm not the type that keep banging on the door. To me, my personality is no means actually no, right? And yes means actually yes. But in the business world, I guess you got to change that way of thinking and be a lot more flexible. Because what they say is the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right?
Yeah, it really does. And a lot of this is like making relationships with these people too. I said last week, this is a kind of a good old boys club, and you got to get in the club
Mhm.
because right now you're an outsider. They don't know you. They don't know if you're dangerous. They don't know if you're crazy. You got to make friends with these people and take them to lunch and let them know the value that you'll bring instead of it's just going to take some work.
Okay.
Can I interject one?
Sure.
I had I got shut down. I got closed out at a range because I was explained to what I wanted to teach. It's kind of out of my way, like far out into another county. And so I was waiting to get the word back. Then I kept pestering them because I was trying to get the class scheduled. And I got denied. They wouldn't tell me why or anything, just basically no. And then a couple weeks later, they were putting on the same class that I was going to put on out there, one of their guys. So I know they talk about competitors and things like that, but a lot of the business, especially out here, there's a lot of word of mouth. I mean, everybody's bright and flashy and stuff, but only the guys that are really any good. I mean, the biggest competitor that you have is yourself. So you just have to be better than yourself. And if these guys are scared about competition, it's mainly because they suck and they don't want to move forward and get better, which is what we
That's
have to
funny.
do
Yeah.
in this business to stay current and stay viable.
Right.
Because if you're still teaching those old like 1940 tactics, it's not going to work today.
Well, what's wrong with a good teacup grip,
Exactly. Or like, you ever see, like, if you ever want to see something interesting, watch like an old LAPD shooting video where they shoot from the hip,
Mhm.
right? So things evolve and things change. When I started instructing, it was all about Weaver, and then we moved to the modified isosceles because of tactics and equipment and things. So we're still in the modified isosceles thing, but there's some of the other things in training are changing too, the dynamics of it, and that's all from GWAT,
Yeah,
or a lot of it.
I agree.
Trickle down. So
Let's talk about teaching today. And let's just talk about the classroom for a little while. What are you using to help your students stay engaged? And what software or programs or PowerPoints are you using so your classroom isn't super boring and monotoned? We have an instructor here in Virginia. He stands in front of the classroom with his eyes closed the whole lecture because I think he's terrified. I'm not quite sure why he does it, but the whole time. And I used to have a pastor that looked at the ceiling the entire time he preached. So your body language can really put off your class and stop recommendations and stop your traffic flow from coming in. So I use the NRA PowerPoints, and then you can't take things out of them, but I have added videos. So if you're doing basic instruction, we're talking like first-time shooters, firearm science, write this down, firearm science videos on YouTube are fantastic. There's no tactical in them at all. They take the science and they talk about trigger press and sights and everything, but from a scientific and mathematical perspective. And those are really great videos to add into your course. And they're on YouTube, right? So I think they have like 30 of them. They have all the fundamentals. They do some competition shooting, not necessarily like competitive shooting, like running and gunning, but more like high school rifle and things like that. So go check them out when you get off today. Firearm science. They're really good. The NRA put those. that part of the NRA, not the education and training department, put them out probably about 8 years ago. And they're really good. And that is a really good free visual to add into your class. Also, does anybody teach NRA products in here?
Yeah, so I teach the class that I teach that I'm having success here in Virginia is the Refuse to Be a Victim.
Mhm.
And the only bad thing I'll say is, for some reason, it seems like women are smarter than men. Well, of course, you're going to say yes to that, Lisa, but I get a lot of women that register for the class. I don't get any guys registering for it. I'm like, this is a co-ed class. It used to be for women only, but it's now co-ed. And most of the people that do sign for the class are over 50 years of age. So to me, it's like, I love that class because, one, I get to display all the safety and security products. I get to tell them how they can use it.
Do you sell anything in class?
Excuse me?
Do you sell anything?
No, I don't
a
sell anything
baton or-
because I don't want them to think that the reason why I did the class is so I could make like money off of them. But what I do tell them is where I got the products. I said, whatever the best price, I tell them some products I got off of Amazon, some I get off of eBay, some I get off of, maybe Outdoor Limited, wherever the site is that has, the product at the cheapest price. But I like that class because, remember, what the whole purpose of that class is to allow the persons that attend for them to be able to develop their own strategic plan for their safety. And that applies to everyone of all ages and all sexes. So that's my favorite class that I teach with the from the NRA, and it's all interaction because they love it when they could get up and they could touch everything.
So I think it's okay to sell things in your class. You don't have to be a salesman. But women, we like convenience. That's why we're addicted to Amazon.
Okay.
2 buttons and I can have this here tomorrow morning, or I can get it off your table for 20% more. Great. I love it. And it doesn't,
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, you can just say that they're available if you want them. They're $12, whatever. And that's it. That's all you have to say. And don't go buy 1,000 of them. Start with a handful and then see how that goes. And also, when you do your follow-up emails, you can put links in there, affiliate links. I don't know if you've ever heard that word before, an affiliate. You can be an affiliate link for some of these products, and then they take care of the sale, and then you make $5, $10 on the back end just for putting it in an email. 1, it's a good product, you like it. 2, you recommend it. And 3, everybody's happy, and you increase your monthly revenue just because you recommended something. You're famous, so you got to kind of like work off of that.
Yeah, I'm following you with the affiliate product. I use my CRM is Kartra, and Kartra has an affiliate program where like I could advertise my classes, and then I could have people that are affiliates that if they recommend somebody and sign up to my class, I dictate what the commission is that they're going to get. So I have somebody that's working on building that for me. She's a professional and she's done it for like the last 5 years on creating affiliate. And then in addition to that, I was planning doing my off season because I don't teach from November to I start again in February. Somebody asked me, well, how come you don't teach in November, December? I said, well, family time, right? I got to spend, if I teach all 12 months, then to me, it's just another job.
It is.
Right? It's a job, and I want it to be fun.
If I could take 2 months off of the year, I would pick March and August. See,
there you go. And what's your reason?
The reason is those are my 2 slowest months of the year. And August is my busiest month. We have family vacations. My kid goes back to school. So, and November and December are my busiest months of the year.
Okay.
I packed all December. They don't care. It's Christmas Eve. Are you teaching today? I'm like, no, it's Christmas Eve. Like, so those would be the 2 months I took off. If you're doing this to like, pay your mortgage, that's, no. Yeah. So if it's not that, then, do your family time.
Yeah, that's what I do. Because that's when my daughter comes to visit me from New York.
That's fun. That's awesome. My kids
You were asking if anybody else taught NRA. I teach Chief Range Safety Officer, I'm a chief, so I teach that regularly. I teach shotgun, rifle. But I kind of like the layout of USCCA for pistol. And armed women, I do almost probably 20 people a month come to my armed women class.
Mhm.
And it's every month, and it's consistently every month, all through COVID.
Mhm.
And
Can you hold that thought real quick? I'm going to hold that thought.
sure.
She said a key word there that I can't express enough to instructors is the word consistency. Part of our success is that we teach every Thursday and every Saturday. We teach basic handgun every Thursday and every Saturday. I don't care if it's one person or 40 people. We teach it. And that is part of our success, is that every single week I got the guys at the range like, oh yeah, there's a class on Thursday, call Lisa, because there is a class on Thursday. I don't care if there's one person. And
Mhm.
even if you book them on your website, which we use Instructors Dash, I tell you that all the time. We just have it on a reoccurring, and people go in and book it. All right, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, that's really been the key. And recently we put a booth up at the local fair and the street festival, the Peach Festival, and we gave away this tactical backpack at each one, and we got more than 250 names of people that wanted to know about how to be safe. They're scared to death of guns, or their husband wants them to join, or whatever. And so that's brought in more than 20 extra people a month. So I've had to bring in extra instructors.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I will tell you this, Dee, you're going to start growing, and you're going to need to become a training counselor soon. How long you been an NRA instructor?
Since 2015.
Okay, it's time to be a training counselor. Get on their January, February schedule, because I think they're booked for the rest of the year. And what's going to happen is you're going to start making instructors, and those instructors are going to turn around, be interns for you.
Yeah.
And then after they finish their internship program, then they become instructors for you and your company, because a lot of people don't want to run a business, but they want to instruct.
So I do have 4 NRA instructors on staff. 5 of us are now on staff, and I've got 2 more in the pipeline that I'm trying to get them to become AWA instructors, which is NRA plus AWA requirements. Yeah.
So go be a training counselor.
Okay.
And then when you're there, give me a call, because I'll come upstairs and see you.
Okay, Lisa, thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, Dee, what state are you in?
I'm in California.
Okay.
I'm that crazy girl in California.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I do teach NRA basic pistol. I really like it for 2 reasons. I teach basic pistol and first steps. So if you're not familiar with the first step program, it's a 3 to 4, maybe 4.5 hour class that in my state, that class meets all the requirements for your permit. Now I go ahead and give them their certificate for that, and they can go and apply, and then I make them come back and do some private lessons so they can learn to draw. Just, I make it very clear that just because you have a permit doesn't mean you should be carrying. You're gonna put a hole in your leg, do something really stupid. So we go and we repeat our clients or customers over and over again. And I just put up a new ad. Let me see if I can do this. I put this new ad up on Facebook. No, that's not what I want. All right, can you see my screen? Tell me if you can see my screen. I can see my crazy screen here.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So I put this ad up 5 days ago. I think I've had 10 sales from it. And this is what I run on Facebook. That's it. right? It's that simple to run an ad on Facebook. There's nothing fancy. If I do all my work like in Canva, do you know what Canva? Do you guys know what Canva is? Canva is a free software. It's free. I have the advanced one. I paid, I don't know, $15 a month for it. But then you can go in here and make all your ads or templates or any videos, anything, literally anything you want. So this is one we did this week. This is an ad we did this week. Come on, please move. There we go. I'm sorry, Zoom's getting in my way. And as most of you know, we own Instructor Stash, right? So this is a very simple ad we put together for Instructor Stash that we spend $5 a day on. It's not a lot. What it does is drives people to our product, right? The whole point is we usually want to sell our classes, we want to sell Instructor Stash, we want to sell our product. So you really should think about and considering starting to run ads on social media platform and Google. So this is what we do there. I'll throw up my Facebook thing real quick. And it's super simple. And the best part is you don't really have to do anything. All you have to do is call Facebook and make an appointment, which is the best part. They now will do it for you. You just need to keep in mind, though, that they are in the business of making money, so they're going to try to get you to spend as much money as you can every day on that, but just stick with your whatever your budget is. So right now I have 4 ads running on Facebook. And let's do, all right, got to move my face here. Let's do let's do yesterday. So this is one day. So for live fire instruction, that's the ad I just showed you. I had 64 people click on the ad and come to our Instructor Stash page. I got I got 2 sales out of that today. So out of that, it's 34 cents a click, right? So I spent $21 to make $320. This ad here is at here we go. We have a training program, right? It costs like $6, right? So if you want more training, it's Bullseye Business Blueprint. Type in code 75. It's 75% off of 20. It's like $6, right? So let's go back here. So I had 564 people go here today. And that cost me 13 cents a click. So 13 cents a person. What did that cost? Oh, that's not the last 7 days. Sorry. Let's go back. So so yesterday, 116 people visited my page. This is a new ad I put up today. It's not quite running yet. Very slow. And then my free weekly training ad, I've had 27 clicks yesterday at 32 cents a click. So it brings in a lot of revenue and a lot of branding. So somebody tell me what the difference is between branding and advertising. Does anybody know? branding and advertising. So branding is, you ever go somewhere and, like, let's say Times Square, right? And there's just a Nike swoop, right? Right on the 100-foot screen, right? That's branding. It's just putting the brand in front of you over and over again. Like, I wear my shirts everywhere I go. When I teach, I wear my shirt. It's branding. It's not advertising. So Facebook does a lot of branding very well. And then there's advertising, which I mostly do on Google. So I spend like $25 a day on Google. And the key is I make sure that my marketing target area is 25 miles from my range. So I live here, the range is here, and I do 25 miles from the range. I saw today on my Facebook feed probably 6 or 7 ads for carry permit classes, right? And none of them were in Virginia, and none of them was in Northern Virginia. So what do you think about that? Is that they're just wasting money, right? See if I can find one real quick.
Yep, they're wasting money because they're not advertising to the right demographics.
Yes, absolutely. And sometimes I want to call them, but please stop doing this. You're not helping yourself.
That's nice of you.
like,
You can't
so
help it, can you, Lisa?
I know it's bad. Like, it's bad. Like, everybody calls me mother. Like, I don't want that nickname. That's not a good nickname. But yeah, so make sure your target audience, and again, both Facebook and Google will walk you through setting everything up. And if this isn't a hobby, if this is a true business for you, then you need to be really investing into your business. And that a lot of that comes from marketing and software. Let's see. I'm gonna go one more thing here.
Can I ask you a question about
yes.
the advertising?
Sure.
I'm really skeptical and petrified about advertising on Facebook.
Mhm.
I was using PayPal
Mhm.
to bill my customers,
Mhm.
and PayPal got into my invoices and saw it was firearm safety training, and they kept my money for about 8 months, almost $300. And they kicked me kind of off their platform.
Mhm.
PayPal did. So I don't do Venmo. I don't do PayPal. And I'm really skeptical about advertising on Facebook because I don't want to get blacklisted. And
Mhm.
everything I put on Facebook either gets blocked. But what I've found that I could do is put the word that, like, their CCW classes, I put all that in a graphic,
Mhm.
and the metadata can't search that yet. I'm sure AI coming out, it will be able to. But if I do advertise on Facebook, I have to put all the text in a graphic.
So I haven't got, let me go to my ads. So hold on a second, let me catch up with myself. Okay, so in my experience, if it's not threatening, like I don't put pictures of guns in my ads,
Nope.
I have never been flagged in 8 years. I do use PayPal sometimes, not always. We use, here's one of our ads, you know, it does have a picture of a gun in it. And I have not gotten flagged. I have been reported by, you know, people, right? And then I just call them and what they say, they appeal it, right? And it takes a day or two. But if you're really careful about your wording and your pictures or your graphics, I haven't had any problems, and I haven't had any problems with PayPal either. But we switched over. So there's two, let's talk about this real quick. Let me stop sharing here. Okay, so I sell tickets on 3 platforms, right? So when you want a hotel, again, let's say nobody goes to New York anymore. Let's say Virginia Beach, right? So if you want a hotel in Virginia Beach, where are you going to go look for that? Anybody? Oh, hi, Chris. Darby.
You're
TripAdvisor.
gonna Google it.
You're gonna
If
Google it.
you're or if you're an NRA instructor, it's part of your benefits in the NRA instructor portal. And they have tremendous discounts in there. That's how I do it.
They do have good discounts. I was in there 2 days ago because we're gonna put Instructor Dash in there. I have to figure out how to do that. So you're gonna go on these hotels.com or whatever and figure out the best pricing, right? So you can go to you can go to 3 sites and the hotels on all 3 sites, right? And the prices vary a few dollars, right? And you're gonna pick the cheapest one and you're gonna go have a good time. So for my business, we have classes on 3 websites: USCCA, NRA, and my personal website, which is Instructor Stash, right? So I get sales from all of those. And so depending on where they come from, the transaction is a little bit different. So if they're on USCCA, they book a ticket on USCCA, it goes through something called Stripe Express. If they book it on my website or Instructor Stash, it gets through Stripe, not Stripe Express, but Stripe. And then if they book it on the NRA platform, it goes through PayPal. That's really important that your product is in more than one place. And I have 3 different pricings. Not much, $10. The NRA is the cheapest because there's so much competition in my area. USCCA is like $5 more. And then my Instructor Dash platform is $165 for a basic pistol course. So you need to have your website, your classes on many websites as you can. I would do shootingclasses.com, but they're really expensive. They're like $10 a ticket or something. So the more places you can get your classes, the more flow you're going to get into the more clients you're going to get.
The comment on shooting classes, I actually have my classes there. But I found that since I had to raise the price because it's double, that they take like 10% of a $400 class.
That's crazy. Why don't you come to Instructor's Dash? Come try us out. We're
That,
so
you know,
simple.
well, this is the first I've heard of it, but you know, I'm working my way through this business plan. I do like the reports they give me. I like the history. I like, you know, my certifications are there, and you know, I can just pop that up on the screen. It's only $10 a month just to keep my account, so I'm good with that. But I just ask people to pay me cash or check or Zelle.
So the reason I don't use like Zelle and Venmo and those apps is because, and this is just a personal opinion, I don't want to be involved in the transaction. And I don't want to chase people down for money. Now, when I do PayPal, sometimes there's some chasing there and I don't like it. So when they come on USCCA or Instructor's Dash, my website, I don't have anything to do with the transaction. My whole job was to get them there. And then they go, and I don't like to talk about money on the day of classes or text people and say, please pay your seat, you know. So I
Mhm.
leave that to technology because it also makes the client feel like this is, I'm not buying a lamp from my neighbor
Right.
off of Facebook Marketplace. It has a little bit more serious tone behind it. And that's just my humble opinion. Anybody else have thoughts about how you do your transactions?
No, Cartwright uses Stripe and Stripe Express. I have that. And for some of my other websites, I just letting you know, I've used a PayPal, but I have heard, what you mentioned from other firearm instructors. And so what happens is I'm very careful, just like you have to be very careful with your wording of your ads in Facebook. I'm very careful of how I advertise my classes. So how they show up in the invoice so that PayPal can say, like, I never use the word tactical in any of my invoices or anything.
Nope.
Because once PayPal sees that, immediately they'll know if it says tactical, chances are they better look into it because it might be something related to firearm, although it doesn't have to be. It could be tactical marketing, for example.
So what they flagged me on was the name of my company, D. Adams Firearm Safety Training. It was a basic class
Mhm.
for safety. And from then on, I started naming them safety classes, but it's just kind of soured me on apps and,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I'll say I've probably run, I don't know, $500,000 through PayPal in the last 10 years. And I haven't had any drama with them. But I make it very clear I do not sell ammunition or firearms. Oh, hi. I do not sell ammunition or firearms. It's very clear to them that this is a class, it's education. I think I put what your business is, I think I put it education. And I haven't had any drama with them.
well, I knew when I created my website, when I was going to do a personal website for a business, I couldn't put the word gun in the name or firearms. So I used some abbreviation.
Yeah. So we're live fire instruction. So it still says what we are, but it doesn't have anything to do with like tactical or gun or whatever weapon. That's the worst word you want to use.
Yeah, mine say firearms, but I use the acronym.
Yeah. Okay. We're wrapping up here. I hope. Yeah.
Just a quick one. I use Squares at POS, and I haven't had any problems with them because I haven't done a whole lot of business, but I've heard that if they find out you're firearms related, they'll shut you down or not let you use your product. And I've already invested a few bucks in the systems and the card readers and stuff. So hopefully it doesn't go south. And then for billing and things, I just kind of use that. I'm developing my website and been going on pretty much word of mouth and reputation, getting the students in. But what else? So the name of my company is Whitefoot Holistic Ballistic. And then
That's clever.
another thing. So I'm inches away from being a yoga instructor too. So we're kind of combining both of these things. But what I was going to say is that on the POS system, you can use your QR code for payment. So I just put the QR code on flyers, and then the newer generation is more familiar with the QR codes.
Sure.
That'll take them right to the payment thing, and they can just pay by phone, and pretty much it's non-face-to-face thing. So, but yeah, I've had to chase people, especially like if I'm getting contracted from a business to put on the class. It's like herding cats or chicken teeth, trying to get the money out. So
Yeah, no, I get that. It is. So let me show you my website real quick. It's very clean, very friendly, right? There's a call to action right away. They don't find your course. There's just right when they look, there's something, and it looks way better on mobile. If you didn't know this, more than 80% of your sales are going to come from mobile. Nobody
When you
goes
say,
on, huh?
when you say mobile, you're talking about cell phone?
Yeah,
Tablet,
mobile
okay.
cell phone. The 80% are going to come from there. So what does it look like on there? So on my homepage, right here, right away, here are my 4 classes, right? These are the 2 I sell. Learn more, right? Right away. Here's the information, register below. And here's all, remember I said we're consistent. 1 student or 40 students. Here's all our classes. They can just go by date. Super simple. And then when they click on it, register. So it's 3 clicks and they get to the registration page. So that is super important. And then 1 ticket. That's it. And they get a QR code ticket. If you don't have a website, like a lot of people don't want to go and invest $1,000 into a website right when they're starting. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of overhead. So you can just go right here, right to, if you have Instructor Stash will give you a sales page right away and a URL, livefirinstruction.instructorstash. And go right away into telling who you are, contact information, selling classes. And if you look at this on the mobile device, it's really nice. This is about filling up your classes, doing what you love to do, making responsible gun owners. And the most cost-effective way to do that. So I probably, on live fire instruction, I probably spend $25 a day in marketing. And I probably get, I don't know, 10 times on that return. I would say I get more transactions through my website now than I do from the NRA website. And that wasn't the case last year. Last year was definitely, I got most of my transactions from the NRA.
Quick question.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt your midstream, but I already forgot one, so I was going to ask you. When you have the people fill out the waivers,
Mhm.
which I'm sure you do you have them do it online or in person, or do you care, and does it matter to you?
So yes to both of those things. Yes to here. So again, it depends where they come from. If they come from through Instructor Stash, remember you can buy my ticket in 3 places. So if they come through my website, the waiver is on here. If they come through the NRA, they have to sign it in the classroom. If they come from USCCA, they have to sign a classroom. So I don't mess with any of that. You just sign it in the classroom in person.
Okay.
And my waiver is 3 pages long.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, it is. It's very, it takes them 10 minutes to read it.
Who did your waiver? Did you have it done through the USCCA or any entity, or did you have an attorney do it?
I had an attorney do it like 10 years ago.
Okay.
And then I just updated as the climate changes.
Sure.
So
I have them fill it out on a jot form. I set the QR code and have them all do that before the class.
that's very time effective. That's very effective. But so they do that and they do the NRA waiver paperwork. So because all our classes are shooting classes. So they kind of do everything at once. Takes about 15 minutes. We get people in and out. If you choose to ever try Instructor Stash, this is what the back end looks like, right? I have 1 registered, all your events are here, all your dashboard, everything's there. This has changed my business. All my classes, all my students, all the back end management, all the automation, they all get emails at the point of sale, the day before, the day of emails, they all get text messaging, all this stuff is automated. It has saved me. I used to tell people, as many hours as you spend on the range is how much admin time you have. So it's an hour for an hour. That's not the case anymore. I probably spend 15 minutes per every hour I'm on the range for admin and advertising now. That's it. Oh, let me put this in here. Somebody asked me for that. So if you want more business training like quickly, it's Bullseye Business Blueprint. I think it's like $6.50 if you use the code. If you want more training like today, you sign up and it's online. If you would like more training. So Bullseye Business Blueprint, if you would like that. Instructor's Dash, if you want the other one. What questions can I answer for you guys? Like, there's
Real quick, I want to say thank you, Lisa, for putting this together. Thank you definitely for your time, and thank you for all the great tips that you're sharing with us.
We're gonna do this every Monday for the next couple of weeks until my husband gets fed up. So,
Hey, Lisa,
yeah.
Alex here.
Hi, Alex.
Hi. So, 2 weeks now, I've been on, listen, obviously did some conversing last week. I believe wholeheartedly in the industry struggles mightily because we just continue to undercut each other, and we continue to really not come from a place of genuine care and concern for your fellow instructor. That's rampant. So here's what I want to do, and I'm going to do. So I've listened, I've read your book, like I told you, I've done a bunch of stuff on you. You're incredibly valid. 2, you're very genuine, and it's very easy to see that. And I had a saying, after 32 years of leading people in foreign wars and across the country and all that stuff, I've got a saying, and my partner knows it very well. You can't fake caring about people. Right. And you genuinely care about people. And that's important to me and to my company and to my business. So what I'm going to do is, I didn't share this with you last week because I wanted you to take a look at my other website first, which I appreciate all the feedback. That was fantastic, by the way. But I also have an e-commerce store. I run an e-commerce store where I sell thousands of products. And what I want to do is, I'm going to do kind of a Lisa Parrish kind of discount code for instructors that come to you and they come get your advice and they're looking for instructor equipment, i.e. range bags, anything that they need so they can be successful. I'm going to give them a Lisa discount on checkout to kind of assist and help out across the community entirely. Okay,
that sounds great. That sounds great. I really appreciate it. Do you do any TC classes?
So I teach. I'm not a TC yet. I teach and stuff like that, but my main, like I told you last week, and I know you do with a lot of people last week, I'm an FFL dealer, and I also do the Florida gun show circuit down here, so that takes up a large portion of my time. But if you want, real quick, if you want to bring up your other screen, and I'll show it to you real quick so you can show it to those that are on. If you just type into your search bar there, my dear, type in shop.starshooting.com. Now, that's all ran by a third-party company. I don't have to do any of that. They do all that stuff because I'm an FFL dealer, and I have businesses with manufacturers and wholesalers. They provide that platform, and unfortunately, I can't redo the content. They do all that. So what I'm going to do is
shop.star
stars shooting, the S in both words.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah,
right there.
I think I saw this.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is this week, I'm going to put together a kind of a package deal for instructors off of your Facebook group. And I'm going to drop the link in there, and I'm going to provide them the opportunity that if they need things for themselves and for their students, there's going to be a discount code that's affiliated with you. Kind of, it'll have it'll say, you know, if you're familiar with Lisa and her crew, then you're going to get a discount, and we'll help you out.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I really do appreciate the fact that you genuinely do care about the industry, and that's important.
And you were saying earlier, one thing that really bothers me in our group is that we're so mean to each other.
Oh, good Lord. Out of control.
I've kicked more people out of our group than I'd like to admit. And they always like, why'd you kick me out? I was only speaking the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to go.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So I appreciate you for being genuine. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other questions? Anything, throw anything at me. I'll give you my 2 cents. Is Chris and Darby on? Those are my people. Are you guys there?
Yes, we're both here.
Hi. Hi,
Hello.
guys. Hi. It's good to hear you.
There you go.
So these folks have been to some of my classes. They're great instructors. Great instructing, not just great married folks, not just good folks, good married folks and good instructor folks. Okay. So, hi guys. I hope I see you back at the range soon.
Absolutely.
Yes. What, October?
Yes. We'll be back in October.
Or you're
Life
gonna
is
be
taking a life's taking a little bit of a twist right now, but we're getting back on track.
okay. Yeah, man. I just found out my kid has cross country 6 days a week. So she has to go to school, come home, and then somebody has to take her back to school, and then come home, and then to go back again. I'm like, this is insanity. Who can do this? Yeah, no, it's okay. Sometimes we get off to the left a little bit, and then you just gotta turn around, come back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I say about my diet every day. That's okay. I'll just do it again tomorrow.
If you're gonna stick your head in, stick your head in.
Hello.
You can lean in. You can lean in and say hi. No.
It's okay. All right, guys. Any questions before I say goodnight? I hope those tips we're going to do this every week. At least for another month or so, and then we'll see how it goes. If we keep getting, 10, 15 people every week, then I'll keep doing it. Hi, Jim. All right. If nobody has anything else, God bless you, and I'll see you next Monday at 7. Oh, yeah, go.
I was gonna say thank you, and I gotta get, so
All right.
hope to see you next week.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care, Lisa. Have a good one.
You
Bye,
too.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
Take it easy.